All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to be going over down payment assistance, lead funnels, both the landing pages and PDF guides. And then we'll probably do some things after that as well. So go to listingstoleads.com, log into your account. And when you log in, you're going to be on the dashboard. And I'm going to go to the marketing calendar. And in these calls, we're essentially going through the marketing calendar here, where Mondays we go through the listing statuses, whether it's coming soon, 1 week, just listed the next week, open house. And then on Tuesdays, we do the pendings 1 week and how to market just sold the next week. And then on Wednesdays, we do the different PDF guides. And then tomorrow, Thursdays, we're going to cover both the Thursday, Friday sessions together. So today is a PDF guide, down payment assistance for local home buyers. And when you click on it, there's 3 different options here. One is a checklist. So I click to download the checklist. I can open it up and just take a quick look. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. There is a step-by-step guide. So I can click view. And then here we'll walk through the seller guides and then buyer guides. So just go and click on the buyer guide. And this is just a general walkthrough of how to market a PDF guide. We got the video, and you may be watching this video in the future. And then some good info. Go through this because marketing this, as I walk through it, it may seem to be a little bit different than what you're thinking I would do. Because in my mind, PDF guides, so I'm going to click here to go to marketing tools. Now we've got 80 different guides, right? A bunch of buyer guides, a bunch of seller guides. So for down payment assistance, if you're looking for buyer leads, I would run for listings. All right. I would spend $50 to $100 a week marketing a listing that's for sale. All right. Open house, coming soon, just listed, active. My listing, a listing that I borrow. All right. Try to find a listing that's in a great buyer seller profile for your business. And if your goal is to generate buyer leads, I would market listings. The thing about down payment assistance, and I've worked with clients on this, is, you're dealing with people that might be a little bit further out. And so there's other ways to market this without spending money in a Facebook ad, because you're going to be spending probably $5 to $7, $8, $9, $10 a lead. Whereas if you just marketed a listing, you're coming in at $2 to $5 on average. All right. So $2 to $5 versus 5 to 10. Just something to think about. But if you want to run this as an ad, it's totally viable, or it's going to be a Facebook lead ad by default. And what will happen is when they go through this ad, right, when they click the ad and go through it, they will get the PDF guide sent to them and they'll be able to download it right there. So to run this as an ad, so lead ad, all you do is drop in the location in California. There we go. It'll do the special housing ad category, like all the ads, 15 miles, a lifetime budget of 35. I might spend up to 50 because, like I said, they're going to be a little bit more expensive for 1 week. Change the end date, start date. We got advanced op. Now, I'll come back to that here in a minute. We've got an autoresponder. So here's the autoresponder that will include a link to the guide. And you can preview. I know, right? A little bit of a funny preview, but you can send a test email and then you'll be able to see exactly what that email is going to look like. That'll be the autoresponder. But again, when they complete the ad, they will be on a page where they can download the guide. And I'll see if I can show you that here. So all you have to do is click create ad. Now, there's another alternative that you can do here, and that might be if you've got a big enough database of buyer leads. So if let's say you got like 500 buyer leads. Now I know this is not everybody, but for those of you that do, and let me show you the ad first. So here's what the ad will look like on Facebook. And, oh, it's showing me an ad from before. Let me see if I can try it again. So anytime you want to see a past ad, just come to the past ad tab, click view. And sometimes they can get caught on the last ad that you were doing. Yeah. So but I'll tell you, they work the same way. So they click the ad. Obviously they'll say down payment assistance. What's your time frame to buy? And then you'll select, and then you'll hit continue, the name, email, phone number. And then here they go to the single property website. For this ad here, they're going to go to the page, like I mentioned, where they can download the guide. They're also going to get sent the email where they can download the guide from the email as well. Now, as mentioned, like if you've got a custom audience of buyer leads, it's going to have to be pretty big, right? 500, 1,000 or more. So this will not be all people, but you could also run this to a custom audience for a couple of bucks a day. Normally for buyer leads, we don't do that. That's more of a seller lead strategy. But if you've got, like I said, if you've got a big enough database of buyer leads, this could be something that you consider. So you could go traffic or even video views. So that'll go traffic. I could do location. You won't need to, because we're going to do a custom audience. So I'm going to come down here, advanced options, and I'll just click to retarget. I can say, I'm going to retarget my Wise Agent database of all my buyer leads. Come down here, right? Activate the autoresponder and hit create ad. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to change the lifetime budget to daily, and then the budget from $50 for a week to $2 a day. Let me go back and show that real quick. I was going a little bit too fast, and this happens. So if you make a mistake, there's a couple of things you can do. One is you can just come in to edit, or you can just cancel the ad and start over. So I made a mistake, and that's a good learning. Click edit. In fact, I had a client just ask me this the other day. And if I come down to budget, I should be able to. I've never tried it in an edit, but daily of $2, right? And I might go this for 2 weeks. Because if I'm going to do a custom audience of 500 people or 1,000 people, and I'm doing a couple of bucks a day, then I might extend that out for an extra week. Hit update. And yeah, just start over. I think in an edit, that's not going to let me go from lifetime to daily. But when you're doing your ad, you can just select daily $2 when you do a custom audience. Does that make sense for everybody? And since we're here, I might as well show you, because I'm sure some of you are into doing video. You can do video view ads. So I can do a video view. And for example, I could use the short form video script to create. Oh, yeah, I've already got an ad live. Let me turn that one off. And I could use a video script or create another video script and actually record a video and upload it. We've got a little video here. And so the idea here is, as people watch 3 or more seconds of this video, they get added to a custom audience, and then you can retarget to them later. So again, this is a little bit more advanced. Some of you will follow what I'm saying. So when you run an ad like this, and again, I can come down here and say pull custom audience. If I wanted to do custom audience, or I could just do location. And now for video view, I think I can do, let's try this if I can. I'm not sure. Yep, perfect. So again, I could do video view, $2 a day for Folsom. And as people see this video, as they're scrolling down their feed and they see that video, again, the people that are going to be a little bit more in tune with this conversation, more appropriate as a lead or as a person that might be thinking about buying a home, thinking about down payment assistance, they're going to linger there a little bit longer. They're going to watch the video, and they may click learn more and become a lead right then. Or like I said, if they watch 3 seconds or more of that video, then they can be added to a custom audience so that later they see more of your ads. Next up, Google. Again, not just the idea of down payment assistance, again, already being, this is your audience, great. The database is really more where I like. So this is where I get a little bit more excited about using this tool. So I don't want to sound like I'm too down on this, but I want you to watch your money. I want you to watch your budget. I really don't want you spending money on Google ads with this unless you're just really into doing Google. And this is something that you've done before, but for 99.9% of you, I do not really want you doing Google ads. All right. Cause they're going to come in at like 20 to 30 bucks each. And there's other ways of marketing this that'll be a lot cheaper and more effective. But if you are doing it, just type in location. All right. Everything else will be good to go. It's all editable, but we've got it all set up for you, just like with Facebook. So maybe I go to 20 bucks a day, right? Notice, right? Facebook, we're doing $2 a day to a custom audience. Maybe when we're wanting to generate leads, we're going to do 5 to maybe 10 bucks a day on a seller ad. With Google, you're coming out of the gate at 20 bucks a day. Again, my start and end date, and it's that easy. Now for Google ads, the seller leads are much more, I think, are much better for Google than the buyer leads typically. And that'll be the Google. Next up, social media post. This is something you should definitely be doing. This is free. We want this message out there. I definitely want my audience to know I've got down payment assistance options. I'm probably working with my lender, right? And I may know some of them myself as well. So it's not that I'm trying to hide this message. As I was talking about the Facebook ads and the Google ads, you might have been thinking like, wow, he doesn't seem very excited about this. And I am, but it's just in a different way than a normal listing or a normal funnel. So for social media though, definitely. And you can come in here and let's do this. For example, I went to Grok and I just said, hey, you know what? I copied and pasted this into Grok and I said, hey, just give me something a little bit more interesting. I like to show people that this is all editable. So again, I just went to Grok, Chat GPT, and I said, give me something a little bit. I just pasted in the text from here. And I said, give me something a little bit more interesting to use, because I know every month, I don't want to be posting the same thing every month. But what I do want to take advantage of is the PDF that comes from Listings to Leads, the link, the facility to get it up there, and the images. Now I can upload a different image, right? If you got an image in Canva that you want to use, you can use that. We got different images that you can also select from here as well. And then hit either post now or schedule. And I want to get that out to all my socials. So I do want to get that to Facebook, to Instagram, to LinkedIn, to Google, get it everywhere. And so that'll post here. It's going to let me know it's going to post in about a minute, and I'll get an email and I'll try to remember to show that email. Next up, short form video script. This is a great one. Okay. This is something you could do every week. Again, what I would do is I would use this script one week. I might do something similar to what I just did with a social media post, where I just change it up a little bit, maybe tie it in to somebody I helped. If you've helped somebody with down payment assistance, this would be a phenomenal message for doing videos to upload to Instagram, to TikTok, to YouTube, to Facebook, and it's all for free. So you take our script, use it as inspiration. And I would literally every week, every couple of weeks, record another video highlighting down payment assistance options, that there's down payment assistance available, right? You don't have to get into every single down payment assistance program out there. You just want to let your audience know that there are down payment assistance options, and if they're interested, to reach out to you. And so this script right here does a great job of that. What you want to do is you can click send it to yourself. And then you're just going to open it up. If you want to copy into a teleprompter app, you can. There's this blue button here, how to use a teleprompter app if you need it. And if you just click play, it drops you right where you need to be at. So I show you how do you take that email and then drop it into a teleprompter app, record the video, and get that video out there. So this is free. This is a great way to engage people. And maybe they need down payment assistance, maybe they don't. But what this is like the cash offer idea for buyers. So get that out there, use the videos, the e-flyer. Now, again, this is something I absolutely love because we are going to do a database plan where we're going to send the email to all of our buyer leads, and then we're going to call through 5 to 10 of them. And again, this is something you don't need to worry about. Well, does that buyer lead need down payment assistance? I should only send it to them. The goal here is just to get conversations going. So you can either copy the code, send it through your CRM, right? Wise Agent, Line Desk, BombBomb, right? Follow Up Boss, right? Whatever. You can send yourself a test email, which I always recommend. You can edit the email. So if you wanted to edit the email before sending or copying, you can. And then lastly, you can send through listings to leads. So I wouldn't send this to my seller leads. If you own a home, you're not going to qualify for down payment assistance, so it's not going to be really appropriate. But I definitely would send this to all of my buyer leads. Then click send. So I'm going to send that out, and then I'm going to come down here, maybe give it a few minutes, go get a coffee, go grab something real quick, let that email go out and get sent, and then come back here, and I'm going to call 5 to 10 of my buyer leads just to check in with them. Great little script right here. I'm going to call them up. Hey, Bruce, Scott here at Listings to Leads. Want to let you know that I just sent out my new guide, Down Payment Assistance for Local Homebuyers, that helps making the home buying process easier by explaining different aspects of buying a home. Just with the way the market is now, I wanted to make sure that all of the people that I know got this. So and then just go right down, right? We got the whole thing right here. And again, this is just to get conversation started. We're using the email as the kind of the tip of the spear, right? The email is going to go out. They may see it and delete it. They may see it and ignore it. Maybe they don't see it. Maybe it goes to their spam, although I get really good feedback from people. I get a lot of good feedback from people on this PDF guide, on this funnel. So the email, right? Get the email out there first, and then call through your database. Call through your database, 5 to 10 people. So here's the script again right here. And make some connections. Next up, print flyers. The print flyers, these, you may have, for example, an event, and one event obviously is an open house. And so what people do, and you've seen this in our training before, especially in our open house training, where I get a clear flyer holder, right? Kind of the vertical angled, or it could be a horizontal. And I just slide that into the flyer holder at my open house so that as people are coming through, right, they can sign in, right? All that great stuff. But then I'm going to have this here so that people, as they're walking through my open house, they can scan that and then download the PDF guide. So great. I love that idea. So if you're into doing open houses, consider, and again, you'll see this in our open house training. I always talk about this, right? I do a couple of buyer guides, do a couple of seller guides. And then that way, again, it's just another great engagement point. So give me a second here. Oh, go to print flyer. Let me just download it. PDF or JPEG. Now there are postcards and door hangers. I don't know that you're going to use a postcard or a door hanger for this. But this right here, again, at an open house would be awesome. If you're doing a farmer's market type of thing or any other kind of event where you got like a little tabletop, these, whether it's this one or a different or another one, but just keep in mind all the different PDF guides have this flyer. So the buyer guides, the seller guides, you can download the guide English and Spanish. Didn't even bother showing you that, but these guides are available in both English and Spanish. So here it is. 11 pages, completely branded to you. This is a good one. I like this one a lot. It shows different scenarios of buyers. So I like it. It's a good one. And again, it's in Spanish. There's a text only version. If you go under edit, your social media share image. So when you post, this is when you post on Facebook and Instagram again, you can use custom images. We got different images that you can select from. Just click change image and you will see here, right? You can go and get different images that we've got available or that you might want to upload. This is the autoresponder. So when they fill out the landing page, the link to the PDF guide is right there. And the lead form. Perfect. Yep. Use Facebook registration on or off. So you click view. What's your time frame to buy? I'll say 1 to 3 months. Download using Facebook. Boom, that easy. There's the guide. Nice. And again, that was right here under lead form. So you can change that right there. And let's go to landing pages because there's also a down payment assistance landing page. When you go to the landing page section right here, it's the second landing page, top row from the left. So free home values first, down payment assistance is right here. If I click on marketing tools, one thing that's cool about the landing page is you get a URL that looks like this: folsomstoprentingstartowning.com. So again, everyone gets this. You get a really cool domain. Mine is folsom.stoprentingstartowning.com. These you do video, right? Great landing pages. These are awesome. So if I come down, if you go to edit, so there's an edit button right there. You'll see the full editor, which we'll get to in a minute, but go to domains. And this is where you can edit and give yourself, because when you first sign up, that might be your username or your first name, might be like your, whatever it is, but you can edit it here. There's a bunch of different domains. Look at that. Stopthrowingrentaway.com, stopfeedingyourlandlord.com, wastingmoneyonrent.com. So a lot of really cool domains. And some other edits that you can make right there. But when you go to the marketing tools, again, very similar to what we saw with the PDF guides. So a Facebook ad, it'll default to a Facebook lead ad, but just like before, we got the options of traffic and video views. Type in the location, right? Alternatively, you can do a custom audience to your database, like what we talked about before. But again, if I'm going for buyer leads, listings are more, like I said, they're going to be a little bit more, is what I would do. Because also a lot of the buyer leads that coming off listings also have a home to sell. And that's why if we're really trying to grow our business, man, as many open houses as you can do using the listings leads marketing funnels. And then for the things like down payment assistance, right? I don't like to do the paid stuff. I'm going to do the free stuff. So I'm going to do the social media posts. I'm going to do the short form video. I'm going to get this in front of my database. And I say, here's the social media post. Again, post now or schedule. I can edit the post. I can edit the image. And again, what we're going to leverage is the landing page backup that we've got to help generate leads. We got the short form video script. Again, an e-flyer to your database. This e-flyer is different. I love this one. Stop paying your landlord's mortgage. You're making them rich. So great email. Again, I can send it through listings to leads, to all my buyer leads. I can edit the email, send an editor, send a test email, or copy that code, take it to my own CRM. And whether you add it to your CRM as part of a campaign, that's one thing that people do. So they'll take the code, drop it in their CRM and add it to a current buyer follow-up campaign or send it as an email blast. So you can do a couple of different things with it. And you could also take this and drop this as a custom page at your website, blog, anywhere that you can put HTML. you can create this landing page. And so again, if you got a website and you wanted to add a down payment assistance page to it, take the embed code, create a page, drop it in there, and you're off and running. Right. And that video is actually from your media library. If I go to edit an editor, we can go and click the green open editor button. And this is where we can customize that landing page. So change the background image. It could be a video. It could be a solid color. So I've got an image, right? There's an upload image button. You can also shade the image if it's a little bit too bright or something. I've got the styles and colors. The video comes in from custom page content. So I can do countdown counter, and this is a lot of fun. So for example, let's say I'm going to highlight a particular loan program that ends on May 31st, right? And now when I click save, instead of having a video, the countdown clock is nice because it just makes people a little bit more attentive to an offer that is ending at some point. And so they got the countdown clock. Here we go. Hurry before these programs end. Down payment assistance for local home buyers. And if you want to change any of this text anywhere there, that's just right under lead form text. Learn how to qualify for up to $6,000 down. Maybe I say, you know what, there's a new program that's $8,000. Just click preview and then save, or just click save. And now you can see the edits are made to your landing page. But yeah, all the funnel is all, there's nothing you need to do to that landing page. It's all set up for you. And again, right, Facebook ad, I would rotate the social media post maybe with the PDF guide. So maybe one time I post it, it's the PDF guide. The next time it's the landing page. I would use the scripts. I would interchange the scripts because again, every couple of weeks I would do a down payment assistance type video because again, it's going to help get people, even if they're not thinking that they need down payment assistance, it's just going to allow them to see the different offers, the different value that you have. And again, even if they're not going to need down payment assistance, it's just another touch point for them to engage you with. And the e-flyer, again, I'm going to send that through to my buyer leads every couple of weeks. Change it up, but change between the PDF guide and the landing page. Because what is it about? It's about trying to stay in front, trying to have the visibility, trying to have different offers. We don't want to send the same thing all the time. And so that's why in Listings to Leads, you've got the 40 different PDF guides for buyers. So I would rotate every week. I would pick a different guide, right? Down payment assistance one week. The next week, maybe do a seller guide to my seller leads and then a different buyer's guide to my buyer leads. But you can see here, right? There's a little tab here called Buyer PDF Guides. And there we go. And we got some at the top that are recommended, right? All of them have the same tools. 2-to-1 buy down. That's actually a popular one. So again, I click on marketing tools. I've got the e-flyer for the database. Again, I can edit the email, can send a test email, send it through Listings to Leads, or send it from my own CRM. So awesome. So we did through the PDF guide, right? We talked about the landing page. Anything else we should talk about? Any questions? Any other questions? You know what? Let me show you something. Who here has used the Listings to Leads listing presentation? Because I was with a new client the other day and kind of a newer agent. And I brought them here to the flip book. And we can click view to open it up and bring it on a new browser here. And I was walking through this with them, and this is such a great, not only is this great to present to homeowners, and you're going to you'll win the listing every single time pretty much, but it's also great for you as an agent, or if you're a lender, trainer, broker. This is such a great view, right? It's a great presentation of marketing a listing. And so if you are not dialed into all the tools in Listings to Leads to market a listing, now there's a lot more tools in Listings to Leads, right? All the guides, all the landing pages, all the other great things that we've got. As far as marketing a listing and being a great listing agent and a great marketing agent, going through this would not be a bad idea. And so I really want to recommend, take a few moments if you haven't, and familiarize yourself with this so that you understand what's in here. But then obviously you're going to want to make sure that you're role playing and you're getting familiar with this so that when you're in a listing presentation, because so many of our clients, right, when they get right here, now you can create these for specific listings, and I can show you that here in a minute. But if you're new to the account, or you're new to the system, or you're new to real estate marketing, this general one can be a really phenomenal asset for you. Now, in Listings to Leads, let me show you. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you how to do it. It'll be more impressive when you see how great it looks. But I can add a listing. So if you've got a listing presentation coming up, that right there, see the status is listing presentation. So I added this ahead of a listing presentation. And then when I click the address or click market listing here, there's going to be 3 options across the top: download listing presentation, flip book, or landing page. And the download is just the PDF version of this one. But now this one, notice the address and the seller's name is on the cover. Prepared for John Doe at 1200 Riley Street, Folsom, California. That is their home. And every image in here is of their home. So I've created now a flip book, a 26 page PDF, and I got a landing page, which I'll show you in a second. But now this is nuts, because when you present this to a homeowner, and we got these for expireds, we got them for FSBOs, and the homeowner scans that QR code. Oh, let me do this. I was going to make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. That's more like natural size. Let me bring it up. So if anybody wants to scan that, let me scan it, see if it's big enough. And the homeowner sees this on their phone. Oh my God. Boom. Nice. Oh yeah. Look at that. Imagine you're the homeowner, and you're looking at this in the flip book. You got the PDF, and it looks great already. But now you scan it, now it's on your phone. There's just something about that. People go nuts. They absolutely love it. And you go through this, and then we got all the statuses. So you may have heard, I was talking to a client about a month ago, and he was in the mastermind group with it. And he was talking about how he goes through the first part of this in a listing presentation. And then when he gets here, talking about coming soon, just listed, in his area, they don't do coming soon. So he just says, we don't do coming soon here, but we can start just listed on April 7th, because you said you want to be out of here and moved by June, considering a 30-day escrow, considering homes are typically in the market for 27 days on average. If we list a home on April 7th, that'll give us enough time for you to get out of here when you're ready. And then we'll do an open house on the 14th. And that way we'll do a lot of marketing. We'll get a lot of buyers coming through. Then we will accept offers after the open house. Then it'll go into pending. All right. If we price it, we get all the marketing done, right? We get everything done that we need to in the house. And then that way hopefully by May 7th, we're in contract, and then we get it sold and you're out of here. And so what I just did there is I role played what he shared with me, and reading the room, paying attention to the body language and what, you're talking about with them. And he said, it works as such a beautiful natural flow. And he's just got his calendar out. He's marking dates down on the calendar, getting agreement, right? Nodding his head as he's talking and getting agreement from the seller. And by the time you get done with this, you got the listing agreement ready to sign. Here's the end of this flip book and also the PDF, right? Check my review. If you got your client review website, that'll be there. If you don't, it will not be there. So don't worry about it. It gives them a couple of more PDF guides they can take a look at. And then you're ending. Again, I'd showed this to you for a couple of reasons. One is for you to take a look at, right? You got the general one. That's right on the listings dashboard. And again, there's that tab there called listing presentation. So if you click it, you'll see the flip book, you'll see the PDF. Let me show you also, because tonight we're doing that live, YouTube and Facebook. We're going to cover expireds. People are going nuts on this one. So many people are getting expireds converted. So check this out, flipbook, PDF. So here's a landing page, right? The complete marketing plan to get 7800 Elm Drive in Folsom sold. Here is the flipbook. And we got the same for FSBO as well. So again, notice prepared for Eric Braden, 7800 Elm Drive, Folsom, California, right? Again, every image in here is of his expired home. And we're showing him, how are we going to get your home sold? And make sure when you're presenting this, point out that domain. I keep meaning to have my team highlight this domain a little bit better, but on the page it talks about listing flyers for buyers. That domain, look at that, 7800 Elm Drive .worldsbestlisting.com. You don't think a homeowner, if you point that out to them, they're going to be like, holy crap, right? We got America's best listing, world's best listing, right? We got 7 or 8 domains similar to that, right? Again, have them scan the QR code and that domain will come up. So when they scan this, the same domain that we just mentioned here, right on the right-hand side, top of the page, that domain is what's going to come up. So it's a beautiful thing. It is beautiful. Now to add, if you want to create these and I'm seeing people actually upgrading their subscription to be able to include more quote unquote listings, because they're adding listing presentations or adding homes for seller leads that are like a hot seller lead that they want to present this to, and they will send the flip book or the landing page right to that seller lead. So the seller lead can see their home on every single page. So it is a very powerful tool. And to leverage it, go to add listing manual. You're going to have to add it manually, right? In the dropdown, either go to listing presentation. There's draft. That's very helpful, right? Add it as draft. And when you're done, either listing presentation, FSBO draft, FSBO, or expired. And when you select any of those, it'll add expired name. So that's the name of the expired homeowner, their email, and their phone number. And all you have to do is add one photo and then the street information. So you don't need to add any of this stuff. Just come down and click save and add photo, add the one photo. Interesting, quick little story here. Had a client, she was like, I don't want to have to go take a photo. Can I just use Google Street View? And I said, listen, if your whole thing is to tell that homeowner, that seller, how you do more than everybody else, how you're going to be a better marketer, and you don't have time to go take a photo of the property, are you really backing up what you're saying? So because I want this to look great, I would go take a photo of that property. And then on the next page, you just upload it. You don't need more than one photo, just one photo. And then it's going to drop right on the listing dashboard like normal. And again, whether it's a listing presentation that you've got, an expired homeowner that you're presenting to, or even a FSBO, right? They're all going to drop right here. And here you go, listing presentation, expired, FSBO, and FSBO draft. With that, I am good to go. Is there any questions or anything that I can help anybody with? I can hang out for a few more minutes. So again, for the down payment assistance, I'm big on it for my database. I'm big on it for doing videos, using the video script as inspiration. I'm big on it calling through my database after I email it out. I would be big on using the print flyer for at an open house. If I'm just going after buyer leads, I'm going to market coming soons, just listeds, actives that are in my farm area. I'm going to try to do open houses every single week. Every single week, I'm going to do open houses. And I'm not going to spend money on paid Google or Facebook ads for the down payment assistance. But you can do, obviously, right? You can do whatever you want to do. I just want to make sure I give you the pros and cons and, how I would do it. Everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. Get on our live tonight, 5:00 Pacific, and I'll see you there. Thank you, everybody.